Thank you so much for joining me for this interview. You take down the Saigon Buffaloes in the last game of day 3. Well, how was this game for you? Felt like a fiesta, kind of.
Yeah, after seeing the draft, we're like, well, they have a lot of engage, but we also have a lot of engage, so the game will be a lot of fighting. And I feel like I just didn't play well enough in the early fights. I think it was a lot of mistakes that someone was left on like 1 HP and we already thought he's dead, so I was like changing the target to start hitting the other guy. And the first guy just didn't die, and somehow they managed to like turn the fights around, like stole some time. So yeah, the game became very chaotic, and at one point there was like a big fight on bot lane that went in our favor, and after that I think we just had control over the game.
Right,
So
you made it work in the end.
Yeah.
So that's what matters. It's interesting that you reflect this way on your performance, because I feel that since the beginning of MSI you've been playing so well, really shining through EG. Honestly, how would you rate your performance and how strong you feel at MSI?
I think I played pretty well most
Yeah.
of the games. It's hard right now to remember every game. I didn't play well in all of them, but I think in most of them. So I think I played well. I think we just need to play a bit better as a team, and I can see us winning against teams like G2. I don't know about the Asian teams. I think they are a bit higher level, but maybe if we will play very well, we can take them down as well.
That's interesting. What makes it so hard for you to match against the Asian team style-wise compared to the LCS maybe and what you're used to playing?
I think in LCS people didn't really challenge us at fighting. Like when we take fight on Rift Herald or Drakes or anything, people usually just give up, and then the game goes forward for us with a little lead. And here the Asian teams are always there to fight you, and it's even harder to win your lanes as well because they are so good in lane. And yeah, I think that's the biggest difference. They just try to win the game, not like teams in LCS.
I know that usually when it comes to international events, especially in the jungle, it's much different from the Western style to the Asian style. Have you learned much so far as a jungler? Because I know this is not your first international experience, but yeah, have you been surprised by the Asian junglers? I'm thinking of Wei and Honor, of course.
I mean, not like surprised. I already knew that they're very good. I think the biggest difference is that they play well around their laners. Like in EU or NA, I feel like if your laners are losing, you can still do something to help them and make the game in your favor. But when like Korean junglers play, I feel like, or Chinese, then their laners start winning. They will play well around them to like snowball and get the lead through that to win the game. So it's like very hard to start the snowball when it already starts, and
Okay.
I think that's like the biggest difference.
I see. And now when it comes to the meta, I think we see a lot of Viego, of course, a lot of Graves, Ban and Wukong also, which you got to flex on today. A bit, some words maybe about the meta, and especially about Viego, because his win rate is really low. So what is your understanding of the pick, and why is it so praised, even though the champion has not so much success, I would say?
I think you just want the jungler that can contest early and be stronger Rift Herald, because it looks like a lot of games are decided already on the Rift Herald, that the team that wins the teamfight then gets a kill or two and gets a Rift and then is able to get first tower, is in the lead for the rest of the game. So champions like Viego, Lee Sin, Grace maybe not that much, but Wukong is very strong on Rift as well. I think that's why people just play those champs, because they give you like the biggest power in the team fight.
Alright.
And yeah, the Graves is a bit different. He's more like a control champion that just wants to get vision for his team and be like first on the objectives and poke people. So
Yeah.
he's a little bit different.
On role Graves being kind of OP.
Yeah.
Right now, a couple words on EG maybe before we end. You are solidifying your position in top 4 right now. But what can we expect from EG in the remaining of the second round robin for you guys to really get into that top 4 and maybe higher?
I think we just need to, I don't know, not play good on the team fights. I think, as I said about the Rift Herald before, I feel like we just need to focus on this the most, because before the tournament we kind of knew it, but now it shows even more that all of the games are kind of finished at 10 minutes, or like you get a big lead. So we need to focus on how to rotate well and how to play out the team fights in the early game. So I think hopefully we'll do it better than enemy teams and we can win the games.
Yeah, still have a lot of games to do so. Inspired, thank you so much for
Thank
the
you.
interview. Good luck on the rest of the games.
Thank you.
And Dash, back to you.